Hello, beautiful people. Oh my goodness, if you've been here before, it is so nice to share space and time with you again. And if this is your first time checking out unconventional counseling and seeing what we're all about here, a big welcome to you. I hope that whatever it is that you intended to receive when you came here, I hope you get it. And whatever doesn't resonate, I hope you leave it because it might be for someone else. So, in honor of Scorpio season and us coming to the tail end of it, I wanted to talk about shadow work. I wanted to do a reading about shadow work. I've been doing all of this research and I found this really great website that I will link in the description box below that talks about different archetypes of our shadow. And it also talks about how important self-love and inner child work is in order for us to do the work of integrating our shadow. I didn't realize that the whole healing journey is doing shadow work. I thought that these were each different parts of the journey, and then when you got to the end, it was like, here we go, but it all works together, and that makes so much more sense. It's like a puzzle. What we are hoping for on our healing journeys is to come to more of a place of integration of the different parts of us. We're not trying to leave any part of us behind in this lifetime. So any part of us that has felt disowned, disavowed, neglected, minimized, invalidated, frustrated, victimized, abused, we throughout our journey get to go back, grab it by the hand very sweetly, or snatch it by the edges, whatever makes sense for your journey, and bring it with us on the rest of our journey. Bring it with us into the future. See the value in it. See that our shadow helps us with our creativity. See that our shadows are the parts of us that add in the spice of our personality. See that ego deaths do not mean that we are in any way trying to rid ourselves of any part of us, but instead, we're trying to refine the parts of us that seem more jagged around the edges, or have a better understanding of what the most authentic version of us is. We go throughout this life and we find and create our values and philosophies and beliefs through connections that we have with people, through heartbreaks and times that we meet each other in love, in the ways that we learn throughout the different areas of our life, throughout the things that we lose and the things that we grieve and the people that we grieve. We create our systems and values for how we decide we're going to orient to the world. The shadow, though, is a part of us that has usually been wounded in childhood or early adolescence, like younger parts of our lives. And as we're adults, as we have new experiences, the shadow speaks in these new experiences and tries to help us make sense of our world. However, sometimes the narratives of our shadow become outdated for where we're going. It's not always wrong, and I don't know if I would say that the shadow is really ever wrong. However, the conclusions that they may help us draw, they might not be for our highest good. They might not include a whole lot of different aspects of us. They might feel more narrow-minded or more focused on something that is connected to wounding. The shadow, I'm learning, is a really beautiful part of me, of you, of us. And the more we acknowledge, the more we are kind to, the more compassionate we are with this part of ourselves, the more we can look forward to greater and greater integration, to different parts of us all coming together and creating a more authentic and very unique human being. So, what I'm gonna do today is a little different than what I've done before. I really love doing different shit. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I'm going to do 7 readings. In each of these readings, we're tapping into a particular chakra and we're tapping into a question. One of these journal prompts that I found in this article, there are so many. There are about 28 questions. And then I think there are some bonus questions at the end as well. I didn't answer the bonus questions myself, but I answered the 28 for the 7 chakras. And then I chose one, and each one that I've chosen is my favorite. The one that felt like I learned the most about myself in answering. So that is the one that will, for each of the seven chakras that we're going to do, that is the one that we're going to use for the reading that we do for that chakra. So I will see you very soon. You can go through all 7. You can pick the one that makes the most sense for you at this moment. Yeah, I'll see you very soon. Hello, viewer. So you chose root chakra. The root chakra is all about our sense of survival and safety. And for this chakra, we have tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is really a great crystal in terms of supporting our sense of grounding and our sense of self-worth. So take in the crystal. Allow yourself to breathe in this energy of grounding, this intention around grounding. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, celestial family, ancestors for the viewer's highest good, ancestors for my highest good, and in alignment with this journey to read tarot and be a healer in the collective. Y'all, I want to thank you so much for this opportunity to sit with this viewer today, this beautiful person, this beautiful soul, and speak to them and share with them anything that might help them in their journey of shadow work when it comes to their root chakra. May this message be illuminating. May it be concise. May it be helpful in the viewer being able to show themselves and their shadow more love and more care, and to give more self-compassion and understanding to this part of them and therefore to more parts of them. May this reading, along with anything else that is in this viewer's life in alignment with this intention, amplify and offer to them all that they feel like they've been missing, all that resides within them for their own grounding, for their own sense of safety. We ask all of these things in advance. We thank you for what you're already doing to create it. We thank you for what you've already done to make it happen. And we thank you for all you're gonna do. Ashe. So the journal question with the root chakra that I really, really liked, that I was really fascinated by, was, how do I unintentionally allow others to invade my personal boundaries? Ooh, let that one sink in. Maybe this tarot reading can be a companion guide to you journaling. Maybe you'll journal first and pause the video, and then you can see to what level all that's coming out in the reading resonates with what you journaled. This question was really powerful when I saw it and when I started to answer. It helped me see, and through answering it, it helped me see that I actually have a lot more agency in terms of my boundaries being respected and adhered to. So hopefully it provides you with a similar level of grounding and self-confidence. All right. If you're going to pause the video to journal this question, how you unintentionally allow others to invade your personal boundaries, you can pause right here. And if not, we're going to keep going. So, first card is a spirit animal card. And we have the starfish. All right. So through this reading, we're going to get a sense of your shadow energy. Like, who is your shadow? What type of energy does this part of you have? This part of you exude? And what would be helpful to this part of you to experience more acknowledgement, more love from you? All right. Okay. So as I see the starfish, what I think of is a star quality. Maybe there's something about you and your shadow viewer where you feel this connection to perform for others, whether that's in the arts, as a storyteller, an author, a writer. Oh, those are the same thing. As an actor, as a director, a producer. If there's something in the arts that feel like it's really drawing you, I would recommend that you sit with that and you ask yourself, to what level do you feel like you're pursuing it, or to what level would you like to pursue it more in the coming months and year that we have ahead of us? So your shadow really wants to be in the spotlight, is what I'm sensing. And I see this opportunity for professional growth, or this desire for professional growth within whatever speaks to your heart. I'm seeing your shadow wanting to become really financially abundant and to be able to sustain yourself through these artistic endeavors. But maybe right now you're feeling like you're right at the beginning of that experience and you're doubting yourself. You're fearful at times. You're not sure if what you want to do in this endeavor is considered too risky. And maybe you've had people before who have felt like they fought you, whether directly or indirectly, whether verbally or energetically. When you said you wanted to perform or be out there or to do these things, they scoffed at you or they criticized you. They talked behind your back. In their presence, maybe you felt small or you felt like your dreams were laughable and maybe just didn't feel good to be around them. And if you didn't experience this from other people, maybe you have a fear that you would experience this from other people. What I see is your shadow requesting of you that you take this next period that we're in, this season that we're in, whether you consider that astrologically or weather-wise. If you're in the northern hemisphere, that's wintertime. If you're in the southern hemisphere, that's a spring, summer, like a springtime, I think. No, a summertime. What I'm seeing is for you to take a hermit period, for you to reconnect with a lot of the tools that you have within and a lot of the dreams that you're holding in your heart. Let me read about the starfish. The starfish is beautiful, alluring, and superficial or shallow. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is, these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? And what dreams have I put aside to please others? If you're feeling like this energy is out of balance in your root chakra around the ways that you want to tap into your creativity more and you want to perform and sustain yourself in these ways, you might notice that you're gossiping or you are around people who gossip quite a bit. Or you may be noticing that you're feeling empty and unfulfilled. To bring this energy into balance, something that might really support you is this hermit period, as I was speaking to, and spending time with positive friends. When you do emerge from your hermit period, whether that's face-to-face interactions or virtual ones, during this hermit period, you might want to increase the amount of time that you're spending with positive friends, or decrease the amount of time that you're spending with the people that you feel so strange around when it comes to this desire that you have for yourself. When this energy is in balance, you'll know that this feels more healed for you when you feel uplifted in the moments that you feel like you can be expressive, and in the times when you feel artistic. All right, so we'll leave our reading here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will either see you in the next chakra that speaks to you, or I'll catch you in the future. Take good care. Bye. Hey there, viewer. So you picked the Sacral Chakra, and the crystal that we have for the Sacral Chakra and to help support us in this reading is lion skin. Isn't that so beautiful? It looks like a lion. I get how it got its name. Lion skin helps on an energetic level by dissipating fear and anxiety. So put that right there. And get into our prayer. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, ancestors for the viewer's highest good, ancestors for my highest good, and celestial family, we welcome you in for this reading right now, and we ask you to support us in the reading. We ask that you help the viewer by decreasing any sense of fear or anxiety that they may have coming into this reading, and offering them clarity throughout the reading towards what may support them in further healing, acknowledging, loving, or embracing and integrating their shadow. We ask all of these things, and we thank you in advance for all that you are going to do, for all that you are doing right now to make this happen for the viewer, and for all that you have already done and set in motion for it to be. Ashe. First, we have the earthworm as the animal spirit supporting you at this time with the chakra. So the question that we have is, notice how the following statement makes you feel. I deserve pleasure in my life. Now that you've noticed, ask yourself, how do these words sit with me? There's so much that may come up, as you answer that question, as you notice how you feel. And I would encourage you to, if you feel so called, to pause the video and to journal about what it is that you felt, so that you can see if this video and what comes out in the reading resonates or supports what you're finding out through journaling on your own. So if you'd like to pause, now is a great time to do so. And if not, we'll get into the reading shortly. All right. We have the Seven of Pentacles, Temperance, Justice, and the Three of Wands. Clarifying, we have the grandchildren. This is the Star card. John Horse, the Emperor. Father of Baskets, and the Ancestors, which is the Death card. I'm going to read about the earthworm first. We have shy, hesitant, and reluctant to share inner vision. So what you may find when it comes to your shadow, viewer, is you have a lot of bright ideas, and you may get optimistic and excited about some of the places that you could go or some of the blessings that are possible in this life. You may have visions and dreams and desires for the world to be different, for there to be more tolerance amongst people, more acceptance amongst people, more peace amongst people. And sometimes you might feel very staunch about these things, and then when it comes to sharing these ideas and finding potential collaborators or going to places like conferences to acquire more information about the types of things that you believe in, or to be around and build community with people who believe in similar things, you might get really shy and really nervous. You might feel a lot of fear and anxiety. You might start to question if you deserve to have the pleasure and the ease that you want for people. I see that you have a big heart and you really believe in legacy, and that how long legacy takes in terms of generations, in terms of living a life, can make you feel kind of impatient at times. So let's see what else the earthworm has to say. I'll read more in the book, and then we can see some of the guidance that might be possible for you with your shadow and helping to integrate your shadow. All right. The book says, "We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or to lose hope. Mastery takes time and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights." So if this energy is out of balance, you might be noticing that you're feeling apprehensive or very self-conscious. To bring this energy into balance, the encouragement is for you to speak up and risk embarrassment. And when this energy is in balance, you'll notice that you view yourself as earnest, you experience yourself as intelligent, and you understand and overstand that you are inherently valuable. So something that may help is for you to also watch the throat chakra reading, because there may be some support that you need to speak up about how you feel about things and about what you envision for yourself and for life. There's also this opportunity to surround yourself with people, or to make room for, I'll say it that way, to make room for people who want to see you win, who want to envision with you, who want to help you build this thing, or even just listen to you and affirm you in what you believe. There's this opportunity for you to travel to other places or to connect with people long distance who believe similar things as you, to fortify your ability to speak about what it is that you believe in, what it is that you want. Yeah, you know what you feel. You know what you feel. You know what you could see for the world. You catch glimpses of these visions all the time. It's okay that you feel jaded. It's okay that you feel impatient at times. However, the more that you integrate your shadow and the more that you acknowledge what you want for the world, what you want for your life, and you believe that it's possible just because you've dreamed it, the more you'll feel connected to your ancestors, the more you'll feel connected to the people who are your collaborators, your community, and who are going to come after you or be influenced by you in some way, whether those are children or younger community members, family members, chosen family members, whoever they end up being. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of influence in your reading. You may also have been drawn to the root chakra reading. If not, I would encourage you to listen to that one as well. I have a feeling these will all build on each other. So I will leave this reading here, and I'll catch you in the throat chakra reading, and I'll catch you in the root chakra reading, and we're just gonna build you up. All right, viewer? I'll see you very soon. Take good care, and I'll catch you in the future. Bye. Hello, viewer. Welcome to your reading. You picked the solar plexus chakra, and the crystal that we have to go with this reading is citrine. A little piece of citrine here. So we'll get into our prayer, and then we'll do your reading. All right, Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, ancestors for the viewer's highest good, we ask that this piece of citrine, which is great for accessing our joy and accessing a sense of vitality, supports the viewer in receiving a message that is just right for them around their solar plexus and sense of personal power. Spirit guides, we ask that the viewer is able to recognize whichever parts of their shadow are feeling unacknowledged, disavowed, neglected, and otherwise disjointed from them, and they're able to call this part of them back towards them, closer to them, to embrace them, to understand them, to offer them compassion, and to ultimately integrate this part of self and see how their shadow makes them a unique and beautiful individual. Y'all, thank you so much in advance for all that you've already done, for all that you are currently doing, and for all that you will be doing to support the viewer in receiving all in this message that supports them and leaving anything that does not and does not resonate. May they trust that still small voice within them all the more. Ashe. So let's see what your reading has in store for you. First, we're going to pull from our animal spirit deck to see which animal guide is with you right now. Ooh, we have the starfish. So the starfish also came out in the root chakra reading. So if you haven't already seen it, I would recommend that you take a look. I have a feeling that these two readings are connected to one another, and that maybe this particular reading is going to add a bit more to maybe where we left off in the other one. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Empress, and the Hanged One. So the journal prompt question for this pile is, what makes me feel ashamed of myself? If you'd like to pause the reading here so that you can journal about this, maybe some feelings come up as you hear that and you feel uncomfortable, or it feels like your mind goes blank, or you feel triggered. Maybe you want to pause for a moment and give yourself a moment to breathe or a moment to reflect for yourself. And when you're ready, you can keep going with the video and see if what comes out in this reading resonates at all with what you found for yourself. All right, so if you're still with us, or if you've returned, welcome back. To clarify the Four of Pentacles, we have the Five of Baskets reversed. To clarify the Eight of Wands, we have the Free Man. To clarify the Empress, we have Railroad Bill with the Chariot card reversed. And to clarify the Hanged One, we have the Eight of Coins. All right, so I remember saying in the root chakra reading that whomever was drawn to this and that the starfish was coming out for them, that their shadow really loves performing. Their shadow might be drawn to the arts, or they as a person, as a viewer, might be drawn to the arts. And maybe they feel like people are gossiping about them, or like they just don't feel comfortable around other people. And their guidance was to hermit, to take some time to be with themselves, but to also surround themselves with positive friends. What I would add to that, viewer, is that you are very unique. Maybe you've heard that a lot in your life, and it's like no news to hear it again because you already know this about yourself and you embrace it. However, there may be a part of you, your shadow, that you feel like is a bit eccentric, and there's something about your weirdness, your difference, the way that you think, the way that you perceive things, the things that you value and believe in. You might feel really alone when it comes to how you decide to move in the world. When you express yourself and when you sit on your throne and you feel your own sense of personal power, it seems like when you look around, there's nobody there. And yeah, you're the free man, you're the fool in the traditional tarot deck, but it can be pretty lonely at times. So if you're drawn to the starfish, and if this is resonating in terms of your connection to your shadow, maybe something that you're noticing or you're finding that's making you feel ashamed of yourself is the narrative that you create. The things that you say to yourself around when people leave, or when you look up and nobody's there. There's something that you say to yourself. There's something that you express to yourself that is unkind, probably untrue, and in some way is about what you are lacking or what is wrong with you rather than what is right with you and what you have in abundance. It is very possible that you have flaws because you're human, and all of us do. It's very likely that you've made mistakes because you're human, and all of us have, and all of us will. But you don't have to beat yourself up for having major mistakes. You're learning. How else are you going to learn but through doing, or feeling, or trying, or thinking it through, or seeing someone else's experience? You are learning in whatever way you best learn. And some of the people that maybe you've intended or you've expected to be around you in that process Maybe they're put off by the way that you learn. Maybe the way that you learn doesn't align with who they are, or with where they're going, or with how they see the world. Maybe they have a journey that is separate from yours, distinct, all their own, and it's your pathways are just diverting. Maybe there's actually nothing wrong with you, viewer. Maybe that thing that you feel ashamed about is actually one of your greatest strengths. Whew. So hopefully this reading supports you in some way, encourages you in some way, and helps you to love yourself a bit more, because you're really unique and you're really cool, viewer. And the sooner you believe that, the sooner it might feel like your shadow doesn't act out, but rather acts with you and in accordance and in alignment with the things that you want to do. So I will leave our reading here. If you were drawn to another reading, I would definitely recommend the root chakra reading if you haven't listened to it already. And if you're drawn to another reading, I will see you very soon. And if not, I'll catch you in the future. Take good care. Bye. Hello, viewer, and welcome to your heart chakra reading. So today, the crystal that we have to go along with this reading is malachite. Isn't it beautiful? Malachite is really good at supporting you in revealing and also healing emotional pain. And malachite does that by absorbing it. So it's really important to cleanse it after you've used it for this purpose. I've cleansed it using the element of water, which is why it's wet right now. Let's pray. Right there. Divine alchemist, angels and archangels, ancestors for our highest good, ancestors for the viewer's highest good, spirit animals who are supporting the viewer on this journey around healing through their emotional pain and revealing the emotional pain that lies within. We thank you so much. We thank you so much, and we ask that this reading is supportive to the viewer, that they recognize something that their shadow has been holding, something that parts of them have been feeling so much pain around, for greater illumination, more clarity, and ultimately to be able to love themselves, to embrace their shadow, and to acknowledge this pain all the more. We thank you so much for all that you have done, for all that you're currently doing, and for all that you're going to do in support of these intentions in this prayer. Ashe. So let's see what spirit animal is helping you at this time, supporting you at this time, viewer. We have the octopus. What a great card for this particular reading. When I read this, you'll have a sense of why. So the question that's around this reading is, what quality within me do I have the most trouble accepting? If you want to pause the video here to journal about this question or to sit with this question for a bit, I encourage you to do so now. And if you decided not to pause, or if you're still with us, if you've returned, welcome. All right, the octopus. Reaching, yearning, and lacking boundaries and direction. So I know that the octopus energy is around having boundaries and knowing your boundaries, stating your boundaries, affirming your boundaries. And so when I saw it with all these 8 legs, wanting to put his energy everywhere, I was like, this is perfect for for this reading. This is perfect for the viewer. Maybe you resonate with this desire to do so much in this lifetime and to do so much and to be in connection with so many people. So let's see what the book has to say. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. When this energy is out of balance, we may be noticing that we're feeling clingy, needy, or that we're lacking courage. To bring this energy into balance, therapy. It says it. It says talk therapy. And also to have space to yourself. And when this energy is in balance, we may be noticing that we feel interested, engaged, and very intelligent. All right, so the question that we're meditating on, what quality within me do I have the most trouble accepting? Let's see what the cards have to say. We have the 10 of Swords, all right? We have the High Priestess. We have the Four of Wands. And lastly, we have the Strength card. Okay. And then we'll clarifying the 10 of Swords. We have the 5 of Coins. Clarifying the High Priestess, we have the Father of Knives reversed. Clarifying the 4 of Wands, we have the 3 of Knives. And clarifying the Strength card, we have the 10 of Knives in reverse. So the 10 of Knives has come out twice, both in the upright and in reverse. We have right here, these two. What an interesting reading, viewer. So here I'm seeing that you have some really exceptional qualities. Just like the book for the animal spirit, for the octopus said, you have a wonderfully perceptive mind. We can see that with all of this sword energy that's available. You also have a very strong intuition. You are capable of expressing a lot of courage and strength. And there's something about you that feels like you bring a lot of celebratory energy to the connections that you're a part of. You love to celebrate people. And what I'm seeing in this reading is that you may have a hard time celebrating yourself. You may have a hard time believing that whatever version of happiness or a happily ever after or joy that you really desire, that you really aspire to, you may be having trouble believing that it's possible for you. Especially when you find that you're feeling clingy or needy, you may get really hard on yourself. And instead of trusting your intuitive beliefs and trusting the part of you that is so hopeful about the future and about healing coming into your life and moving through your life, instead of this part of you trusting that you are currently healing as best as you possibly can, and that you're on a journey that is going to result in some magnificent things and have some magnificent things on it, you may find that you get really pessimistic, really down on yourself, especially when you're feeling needy or clingy. And from that place of fear, from that place of fatigue, from that place of joylessness, from that place, you start to speak over your life. And from that place, you start to project into your future that you're going to have misery and pain and more lack of joy, more upset. There is so much in this life. There are opportunities that connect to pain. There are opportunities and circumstances and experiences that may result in our suffering for a period of time. And there are joyous, beautiful blessings that also are possible in this lifetime. So what I would encourage you to do, viewer, is to ask yourself, where is more of your energy spent? Is your energy spent on just doing your healing work and focusing on today and what you can do for today and being as present as possible? Is most of your energy spent on fearing the future and all of the things that you are most scared about, all of the things that you don't want to happen, that you speak those, that you feel those, that you fear those, that you speak those, that you talk about those, that you write about those, that you journal about those? Or is most of your energy being spent being curious about that space that you find yourself in at times, but trying not to create a whole reality out of the feeling? Just sit with yourself, sit with this question, sit with the questions I've just asked, sit with the question of this reading, journal, reflect on what's coming out in this reading, see if it resonates with you. If you're not sure about what healthy boundaries are, or if there's a relationship or a circumstance in your life and you're not sure what those healthy boundaries could be, this would be a really great time to start finding some resources, whether that's through therapy, whether that's through books, whether that's through courses. There are so many resources available to really help you hone what boundaries are for you. I wish you so much luck on this journey. Healing your heart chakra and your ability to receive love and your ability to give love is, I think, a really big part of what this life is all about. So you're doing something really exceptional, and I hope that you can love this part of you. Whatever it feels like has been really hard for you to accept, I hope that you start to see that you're on this journey to embrace and accept and love this part of you too, because this part of you is deserving of your love. All right, I'll leave our reading here. If you are drawn to another chakra, I will see you very soon. And if this is where we're parting ways, I'll catch you in the future. Take good care, viewer. Bye. Hey there, viewer. So you have picked the throat chakra. What a wonderful chakra to pick. I may be a little bit biased just because I really like talking and I really like listening. So throat chakra is where it's at for me in a lot of ways. The throat chakra is all about our ability to communicate, our ability to express ourselves, and our ability to express our truths. And the crystal that we have for our reading is kyanite. Take in the energy of this crystal. Notice that it's not smooth, it's very rough, it's striated. Allow yourself to just meditate on this, to breathe this energy in. Kyanite is really great because it helps us cut through fear and any other blockages that prevent us from speaking up and sharing our truth. All right, so I will put that right there as it supports us throughout our reading. I'll say a prayer and we'll get into our reading. Divine alchemist, angels and archangels, spirit animals connected to the throat chakra, available to support the viewer in opening and balancing their throat chakra and removing any blockages that lie therein. And ancestors for the viewer's highest good, ancestors for my highest good, we welcome you in at this time and we thank you. We thank you so much for all that you are capable of creating in the viewer's life as it pertains to their throat chakra, as it pertains to their truth, as it pertains to their ability to express themselves. Y'all, we know that we are here to be creators. We know that we are here to be unique individuals, and there is something so exceptional when we feel our ability and when we trust ourselves to speak in the ways that feel right for us. We trust ourselves to speak our opinions. We trust ourselves to speak with love. We trust ourselves to be thoughtful. We trust ourselves to be expressive and creative. May all of these things be possible, more possible for the viewer than they have before. We ask that you help this reading be infused with this kyanite crystal to remove any blockages that may be preventing the viewer from being able to speak freely in whatever circumstance, spaces, situations, places, or even within self. We ask all of these things. We thank you so much for all that you have done, for all that you're currently doing, and for all that you're going to do to make these intentions and this prayer manifest. Ashe. So let's see what spirit animal is with you for your reading today. We have the Lamb. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what a sweet and delicate little energy. I gotta read about this. Lamb. Oh, the question that goes with this reading, viewer, is: under what contexts or circumstances was I listened to as a child? If you'd like to pause the reading here to sit with that question, to sit with any feelings, reactions, responses, or triggers that are coming up within that question, or to journal about it and reflect on it, I encourage you to do so now. And if now doesn't feel like the right time to do so, or if you are returning from the pause, welcome back. And let's see what the reading has to say. I hope this reading is clarifying and confirming of things that you already know and already feel. The Lamb, peaceful, prophetic, and patient. The Lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the Lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, receive. Whew. When this energy is out of balance, you may be noticing that you feel quiet, timid, or concerned. To bring this energy into balance, listening, especially active listening and meditation. And when this energy is in balance, we may be noticing that we have just a strong sense of knowingness and inner peace. All right, let's see what more this reading has for you, viewer. We have the Queen of Cups. The King of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. And we have the Ace of Cups. Okay. Now let's clarify. We have the Nine of Sticks, clarifying the Queen of Cups. We have Railroad Bill, or the Chariot card, clarifying the King of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Knives, clarifying the Page of Wands. And we have Big Mama, clarifying the Ace of Cups. Wow, this is the Sun card. Whew, viewer, what a powerful reading. What a powerful reading. I get this sense that you have a very sweet, discerning, emotionally mature or emotionally attuned type of energy about you. And maybe sometimes when you're feeling very full up emotionally, you're not sure how to speak what's going on for you. You might be feeling like this 9 of Sticks. You might be feeling like you need to shoot somebody. You need to hurt somebody. You need to get some kills under your belt, when it feels like you have been wronged or hurt, or when you feel harm in a circumstance or situation. But then you may feel this sense of tension within you, like, but I'm the lamb. And what may happen is you end up feeling very quiet and timid and reserved. There is a lot of power in speaking your feelings, not in explaining your feelings, but in just speaking them, in saying things like, I'm angry at you, or I feel hurt by what you shared with me, or that really hurt my feelings. There is a lot of power and grace in just saying how you feel. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain yourself. You know why you feel what you do. You know what has occurred. You know what it reminds you of potentially from when you were a child, or how it makes you feel in terms of your inner child. You know. And you knowing is validation enough. You and your shadow and your inner child and your higher self, all of the parts of you knowing how you feel is validation enough. And the sooner you know that, the sooner you trust that, the less it may feel like others are able to participate or to create a sense of suffering within your life. Pain is possible in this lifetime. Suffering is more of a choice. We choose to suffer when we recapitulate all of the things that have hurt time and time again, without an intention for why we're sharing it. So set an intention. Why are you sharing the things that you want to share? Why are you sharing it with that person? And if you feel like it's harder for you to share, why? Why is that? Get curious about what's going on within you. More self-trust, more self-love, more of an ability to honor yourself and what you feel, and just express how you feel without explanation. May this reading support you in all of the ways it's meant to. In any way that feels like it doesn't, please leave it, because it might be for someone else. We'll pause our reading here and I'll catch y'all in the future. Bye, viewer. Take good care. Hey there, viewer. You have picked the third eye chakra, and the crystal that we have going along with this chakra is amethyst. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Amethyst is really helpful with our third eye because it helps balance our emotions and it encourages spiritual wisdom. And the third eye chakra, leave that right there, is connected to our wisdom and to our intuition. All right, so the question that we have for this chakra is, name an area of life where you're seeing things as right or wrong, as mean or nice, as spiritual or unspiritual. Wherever you're seeing a binary. And then ask yourself, what shades of gray am I missing? If this question is bringing up stuff right away and you would like to journal or speak, like vent about it in some way, I encourage you to pause the reading here and return when you feel like you want to take in new information after what's already come up for you. If now doesn't feel like the right time to do that, or if you'd like to just keep going with the reading, or if you're returning, hello, welcome. We'll pray, and then we'll get right into the reading. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, ancestors for the viewer's highest good, and ancestors for my highest good, and spirit animals that are helping the viewer in balancing their emotions, connecting to their intuition and their wisdom, and the energy of amethyst. We invite you all in at this time, and we thank you for being here. Y'all, please help the viewer see with more clarity the areas of life or the areas of self where they're missing gray, where they're missing nuance, where they're missing context. Help them to see where within themselves or within their shadow they are disavowing parts of themselves, neglecting parts of themselves in service of being more disconnected from what they know to be true and from their inner guidance and from their inner wisdom within. May this amethyst support the viewer. May there be a greater balancing. May there be an ease in the balancing. May the viewer come to a place of trusting themselves all the more, and may this reading support the viewer in that journey. We thank y'all for all that you have done, for all that you're currently doing, and for all that you are going to do in service of manifesting these intentions in this prayer for the viewer. Ashe. So let's see what spirit animal is with you right now. Ooh, the hyena. Ooh. Let's read about the hyena. Hyena, humor, wit, sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships? Or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? Some really great questions to reflect on. When this energy is out of balance, we may feel scrappy, petty, and suspicious. To bring this energy into balance, sobriety, whatever that means for you. And when this energy is in balance, we may be finding that we feel charming, witty, and fun to be around. All right, let's see what else this reading has to offer you. We have the Strength card. We have the King of Wands. We have the Magician. We have the Ace of Swords. Then to clarify, we have the Four of Knives, clarifying strength. We have Father Sims, or the Temperance card, clarifying the King of Wands. We have the Father of Coins, clarifying the Magician. And we have the Five of Baskets, clarifying the Ace of Swords. All right, viewer. So in the society that we're in, and potentially in the family that you grew up in, or the friend groups that you've had, the communities that you've been a part of, it might have been more acceptable to use humor or sarcasm or wit to express your resentment or to express your anger. It might not have felt as safe to just straight up say what was going on. I would recommend that you check out the throat chakra reading. As the question in there, the journal question that reading is surrounding, might be really helpful for you. What I'm seeing for you with your shadow is this opportunity and a desire to have more balance within you. The hyena, to me, actually doesn't feel out of place in this reading. You have a lot of strengths, viewer, and the hyena energy within you might feel vicious at times. But what could it be like for you to choose to rest in your strength, or to find your inner strength, to meditate on your inner strength? What could it be like to find balance with your own fire energy, and to take in your own will and determination, and to take your goals and your dreams more seriously, to write them out, to make a plan, to move towards them, to get the resources that you need, to learn the things you need, to get closer to them? You have the capability of creating whatever it is that you want within this life. You are capable of being determined. You are capable of being disciplined. There are areas of your life where you practice this. The newness that you see for yourself is connected to you going within. To get to the ace, to feel like the magician, and to really feel your strength, go within, meditate more, reflect, be as present as possible. Because you're going to remember who you are. And within that, you might start seeing that your emotions are becoming more balanced, and you don't need to explain anything to anyone. You might feel more capable of walking away from circumstances that emotionally drain you, or that feel painful to you, or that feel like they're not in alignment with where you want to go. This balance that you desire is within. So I will pause our reading here, and if you are drawn to the throat chakra reading, I would recommend you checking it out. If you were drawn to the heart chakra reading, I would also recommend that one as well. And I will see you in the future, viewer. Take good care. Bye. Hey there, viewer. So this is the last chakra that we're going to do for our reading. It is not the last chakra. It's just the last one that people typically talk about. And that's the crown chakra. And the crystal that we have for the crown chakra is none other than clear quartz. Taking the energy of this crystal, clear quartz has this ability to cleanse, to revitalize, and to balance all of the chakras. So if there was any other chakra that you were drawn to, maybe you want to check that out after this one. Maybe you'll feel more balanced by the end of this reading. Or maybe this reading will incorporate a little bit of everything. Your crown chakra is connected to your ability to connect with the divine. So in order for us to connect to the divine in ways that feel inspiring and expansive, and just all around promote our well-being, we need to be balanced within all of our chakras. We need to feel rooted to the earth. We need to feel like we belong. We need to feel creative. We need to feel like we can give and receive love and have healthy boundaries. We need to feel like we're able to speak our truth from a place of wisdom and love. So I will leave this crystal here as it supports us through our reading. We'll say a prayer and then we'll get right into it. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, spirit animals on this journey that will support the viewer in balancing all of their chakras, connecting to the divine, and ancestors for the viewer's highest good. We welcome you in at this time, and we thank you for all that you do. We thank you for all that you've done. We thank you for all that you're going to do in service of the viewer's greater alignment, connection to self, connection to others, and connection to spirit. All that there is to say, I think, has been said throughout the previous readings. I'll just thank you all yet again. May this reading speak to the viewer's heart. May it speak to the viewer's mind. May it align with their own inner wisdom. May they be able to take what resonates and leave the rest. Ashe. So the question that we have for this reading is, in what areas of life do you struggle to think for yourself? If you would like to pause the reading here so that you can reflect and journal about what areas of life those may be, what you feel drawn to, this would be a really good place to pause. And if you are returning from taking that time away, or you've been here all the whole time, let's get into the reading. Spirit animal energy that we have for the crown chakra is the golden egg. The golden egg. Message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. You know what, I'm actually going to read this at the end of the reading. With the ether cards, they're a little longer, the readings are a little longer in the book. And I'd love for us to close out with that energy. All right, so let's see what this reading has to offer. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Queen of Cups. Clarifying the King of Pentacles, we have Bishop C.H. Mason, which is the Hierophant. We have the Six of Baskets, clarifying the Three of Swords. We have the Two of Sticks, clarifying the Ace of Wands. And we have the Daughter of Sticks, clarifying the Queen of Cups. In what areas of life are you noticing that you struggle to think for yourself, viewer? Is it in terms of how you come to conclusions when your heart is broken? Do you doubt the level of love or compassion that you have for others? Do you feel inundated by other people's perceptions of success and the ways that you apparently have to get there? Do you feel at a loss when it comes to your connection to the divine and all of the dreams that you have and all of the things you want to do? Do you feel fearless a whole lot of the time, but then when emotions overflow, you wonder if you could really do it? There's something about this reading where I don't feel a whole need to interpret. Maybe it's because of the question, maybe it's because it's the last chakra that we're doing. Interpret this for yourself, viewer. Take what resonates, see what resonates. Notice what imagery here is speaking to you. Notice what you see. What is your interpretation of this reading? What is your interpretation of the question? Where in your life do you struggle to think for yourself? Get curious about it. We'll read the golden egg and then we'll pause. The golden egg is the message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with your very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. I'm so excited for you, viewer. For you to come up with your own interpretation of this reading, for you to hear the words that resonate the most that were spoken just now, for you to see the images that resonate the most, and for you to be able to find more balance within every single one of your chakras so that your connection to the divine can be all the more fruitful for you. We will pause our reading here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the future. Bye.